Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us today on Tuesday, the first round this week for the LCM. So it's nice to be back. It feels like it's been some time, even though it was only from Sunday. Thank you all for those joining us in chat. Don't want to keep this too long because we have two great games today. The first one I'm sure will be an enjoyable one, especially for people that are keeping a following of the series. You might see something you recognize, of course. So before we get into it, let's go into the interviews with our two captains. Hello. Hello. All right. Hello. Hello. Oh.
All good, all good.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Alright, sorry, my apologies. I was not in the channel. So I'm just saying hello on my own, and you guys are there. I'm like, why isn't it working? Anyway. So guys, once again, I'm joined for an interview with Varsal, and this will be Luke's third interview as it is their third match. So I have some new questions here. I hope you find them interesting. Varsal, what does your username stand for, or where does it come from?
To be honest, when I wanted to change it, I just googled some shit and it just came up. To be honest, I don't know what it means exactly. I mean, it means something like universal or something. I mean, but there's no real meaning behind
So,
it.
so we have to Google your name, to find out.
It means universal, yes. So like whole.
Alright. I just did that. Okay. Very I don't know how you ended up with this, Jiffy. Like what train of thought led to that, but it must have been destiny or something, huh?
There was no train of thought.
It's like mashing buttons randomly, and Varsal came up. But it's a cool name. I mean, it's becoming a staple at this point. Luke Cardona. What about you? What does your username stand for?
I mean, my username stands for Cardona Cast. I've recently started casting, and just because of that,
How is it going?
it's like, I would say I'm improving a lot. Definitely a big improvement from Clash. Varsal was there. He can tell me himself if I have improved or not. I think it's something which I really, really love doing, and just branding myself a bit at the same time.
Okay. Wow. When will we get to see Cardona Cast in action?
Today against Varsal.
No.
That's when you're gonna see him. Eyes on the jungle, guys.
Bringing in the heat, huh? Alright. The pot is turning to a simmer. Okay. So, Mr. Varsal, how did you start playing League?
I was in secondary, I think. Some of my friends at the time mentioned that they were playing the game, and I just wanted to try it. I think it was at the end of season 4.
Are some of them the same people on your team currently?
No.
Alright, so another group of friends, got it.
Yes.
Nice. I have a similar story as well. And Cardona Cass, how did you get into League?
Well, I have a bigger brother, 8 years older, and I just was watching him play, and I'm like, I want to play, and then I would find myself on his computer, back season 3, season 4 as well, is when I started playing, only because of my brother. He was a support Nami one trick, a lot of people might know him. He played with a lot, I think, people who are still active in the community today. He was very active back then, and I became a support main after my brother.
What's his name?
Now I've migrated to the jungle. Franklin, I think his IGN, I don't even remember it. He changed it multiple times. But people will know him for his Nami in the bot lane. The Nami, the Gosetin Nami one trick pony. That was like his motto, let's say.
Alright, wow. Good. So he's stuck to fish, I guess, right? Next to gold.
Yes.
So nice. Alright, that's nice. Of the one trick. So Varsal, what was your first favorite champion, and Maybe a little bit why.
Fizz.
Fizz, wow, okay, okay.
Actually, first it was Volibear because it was the first champion that I played. But then I started playing Fizz. I mean, honestly, there was no real reason why I started playing the champ. I mean, I just joined in the game, and I thought he was the most cool-looking one, I guess.
Alright, alright. I wonder why. Fizz definitely was a fun champion. Maybe when you started, was it closer to to the date maybe when Fizz came out or something like that?
To be honest, I don't remember.
Okay, okay.
But I
Fair
remember,
enough.
I think Jinx coming out at that time, but it was still a bit later, I think.
Alright,
Let me check on
I
it.
don't blame you for forgetting it. For me, like, I something about me, I actually failed the tutorial of League of Legends when I started. I know it sounds impossible. Maybe it was a bit harder back then, but yes, indeed I did fail it. Alright. And in the meanwhile, maybe while we're checking about Fizz, Luke, what was your first favorite champ and why?
Oh god, oh, it was Ergot pre-rework, and I
Alright,
used to
that's cool.
really play him a lot. And the only reason I played him is because I thought that I would be losing a game, and ulting someone into the next turret was funny, like the laser. Legend.
Oh my god.
That is the only reason I played Ergot. It's because the ultimate was so funny to me. Ah, yeah.
Alright. Well, interesting that you are only interested in losing a game but just getting a 1 in 99% chance thing happening. Alright, but to be fair, that Ergot alt was only potentially useful for something like that, as it was not a great alt. You don't like the
Yeah,
new one
yeah.
though, compared?
No, I think like the new one is a lot better as a champion. He was also fun because like his Q, if you landed his Z back in the day, was you don't even have to aim it anymore. It just automatically like hits. And as a bad aimer back then, like as bad as I am with my mechanics, I was like, okay, just hit the smaller hitbox one, so then all the other ones I can guaranteed hit them. Logic.
Yeah, I mean
It is what it is.
that EQ was quite fun back then. For those that started after, go check it out. Ergot had like an auto aiming thing going on. It was very interesting. And the skin of the missile, like I think it went down in quality compared to what it used to be. It made more sense how it was before. Better
Yeah.
cast, I think. All right.
What happened to my boy?
Did you find out Varsal about Fizz?
I think it was released in season 3,
All right, so he
but I
was
didn't
already
find the
out
exact season.
by then.
Yes, yes, it was already out, I think.
Well, Fizz is quite fun. It's a shame he's not really played all that much in meta, but to be fair, when he is played, it's kind of an annoying period as well. It's either his E having too low cooldown or something.
I mean,
What the hell?
assassins are all quite
Annoying to
annoying to
interact with
play
too.
against, so...
Especially when they invade you level 3.
Yes.
Alright guys, handshake?
Handshake Varsal.
Omela.
Provide the
Handshake.
community some content.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Omela. Looking forward to it. Let's get into draft so it don't take too long. And get into the game. Good luck. Alright. Hello? Shadow?
Hello.
Alright, guys, I'm joined by Shadow. He will be co-casting this game. Would you like to maybe introduce yourself a bit, Shadow?
For those who don't know, I'm Shadow, also known as Luke. I mainly play DC, especially on a lot of Caitlyn recently. I peaked around Emerald. We don't talk about it.
GG.
That's about it.
Don't worry. It's you don't need to peek anywhere to have eyeballs. Hello, Starforger. Bicep flex. I don't know if everyone wants to see that. We'll I don't know. But maybe later I'll do some pull-ups. Okay, enough. Do you have the spectator link, Shadow?
Yes.
Alright, great. So we're waiting on the draft to start. Let's see.
It seems as though there is a minor issue.
Yes, it seems like some misclicks maybe or something. So maybe the draft link needs to restart. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna make a new draft, I'm pretty sure. The link specifically, not the entire draft. So, in the meanwhile, 50 pull-ups or 3 cups of coffee. Hello? I mean, can we split it up? Maybe like 10 pull-ups and 2 cups of coffee enough? Alright, we got the new draft link. Do you have it?
Let's go. Yes, sir.
Alright, good.
I know.
Waiting on them to
Excited.
get. Yes,
Very excited to see this draft, to be honest.
I do know what's gonna happen already. But no, I actually do because okay, I'll come back to that later. But
Interesting.
it's just a matter of what miscreants decide to pick or ban here. But
I don't exactly know what's coming, but I will quote MCS Luke in the LCM chat is saying they aren't ready for our cooking, and Varsal has responded with what if we outcook you. So I'm very excited to see what this draft is going to show us.
Yep, indeed. Yeah, so first ban here going to be Casante from the side of Agony actually, so I don't know if Alex does play this champion, but it is indeed the pick. So they are targeting Fazola here, Bean, right? With these strong top side picks.
Meanwhile, on the side of Miscreants, it looks like first off we're banning Zillion, trying to get that away from the side of Agony. Second ban is Ambessa, unfortunately, not in the draft link.
My face is covering
but
Zillion, 1 second.
But we will keep Ambessa banned from the side of Miscreants.
Oh no, the bans don't show on this link. Let me fix that. Sorry, guys. We had to change link recently.
Not a problem. Sol being banned on the side of Agony. So that is Cassante, Fiora, and Aurelian Sol banned from the side of Agony. Miscreants banning Zillion, Ambessa, and Skarner. For those who cannot see it on the stream. Now our first pick coming in for Agony.
Indeed. There we go. Fixed.
All good on the stream?
Yes. Okay. My bad.
Nice.
So, Miscreants first picking Hui. They're really watching out for Mr. Living Dream, banning out even his Zillion, like stated. Again now, with the next picks here, I would imagine they're going to go something like maybe Poppy Anivia, but we'll have to wait and see.
I wonder if this has been discussed from prior.
No.
An idea that might have been yoinked from, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Waffle Warriors?
There might have been some people playing this comp, but it's actually Poppy Kane. Okay, my bad. Well, I'm just because we see the Waffle Warrior coach in chat. He's calling me out. Yeah, I'm just having fun. Okay, just trying to make a funny little joke. We tried with the Poppy Anivia. Imagine it popped off though. Imagine Anivia drops the wall, Poppy slams Hail of Blade, smacks the hammer.
You know what? It is actually pretty viable when you really think about it. Maybe not for solo queue, maybe not for pro play, but if you want to have some fun, 10 out of 10, I personally highly recommend it.
Yes, and of course in this case we do see Poppy coming out to sort of disable Xin Zhao's engage ability. Kane, of course, Varsal, he's been very strong on Kane, so he doesn't want that banned out. They do prioritize this. It might also be a great matchup into Xin Zhao. Meanwhile, Miscreants banning out Silas here. Mechanix, he's been performing good on multiple champs. I'm not too sure if they leave out Aurora though. It's such a strong champion at the moment. They've performed well on it too, from top and mid.
Rek'Sai getting banned on the side of Agony here. Not exactly sure what they're targeting. Potentially the Rek'Sai support?
Yeah, I mean, gameable here from Miscreants. He is a Rek'Sai support 1-trick in Emerald, and that's pretty incredible. Just to say alone, it's definitely not a common one, but yep, it's nice to see the respect coming out here from Agony. definitely not something I want to play against. And Miscreants banning out Jinx here as their last ban. Such a strong hyper carry, with Agony finishing off with Xayah here as well. Alright, what do you think they're gonna pick from Miscreants? Think it's way
That's a
mid
very
or
good
ADC?
question, to be honest. I feel like they can still flex it either way. I'd like to see the support being picked here on the side of Miscreants so that they can get a little bit more information about the draft. Maybe see their mid laners, see their bot laners, see where that way is best to be played. And we do see the Nautilus getting picked here, actually. Very smart on the side of Miscreants.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Not the Vex mid too! Holy
Agony.
moly! Where did they get? This is a master chef quality dish. We've seen it served up before in the LCM. It is here once again on our plates, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if Agony can make use of this clearly overpowered comp and how to actually
really like
play
the
it.
Sivir. That's actually crazy that they go for the Sivir here because you can spell shield the Poppy into the charge and it kind of breaks the entire combo.
Alright,
I mean,
alright.
who says you need to wait until Sunday to watch MasterChef, am I right?
Indeed. Miscreants finalize their comp with Sivir, so they have some really nice engage. Nautilus and Xin might not be able to play here, especially with Anivia. We've got some content on our hands here. Let's see if Agony can make use of the aforementioned delicious dish that is their comp. It's clearly overpowered. Alright, let's come back to watch some pick'em stats in the meanwhile. Oh. So we can see here that, of course, predictions are 77% in favor of Agony in this case. And in the meanwhile, the percentage win rate from MCS is 50%. Agony is at 100% at the moment. Have not lost a match despite having some great challenges. And so let's see if maybe we can get the underdog story. Judging from the draft, what do you think, Shadow? Who do you think has the team fights?
I mean, if we're going off of what the chat is saying, Eyeglass is wondering if it's too late to change pick'ems. I'm afraid the ship might have sailed a little bit too early, my friend. That being said, they do have Gnar, Kayn, Poppy, Anivia, and the Vex. Very, very strong. I do see why they banned the Xayah, as they have quite a bit of dive into that comp. Not exactly sure how Miscreants can peel their carries. There's only so much CC that the Xin Zhao and the Mundo have, and Nautilus will not be able to keep up with 5 members. So, if I'm being honest, I kind of favor the comp of Agony here, but I don't know what you think.
Well, if it was not Agony, you know, would you think the same? It's a bit AP heavy at the moment, but yeah, the Kayn and Gnar can come in later on. But I'm looking forward to see this Anivia Poppy, to be honest. I want to see it at least once with the wall. It should be cool. In the meanwhile, though, we are having some trouble with the lobby for some reason. It's potentially not accepting invites, from what I understand.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hassle. Let's see if maybe there's... Yeah, something for sure is wrong. I mean, if it's not spectator issues, it's gonna be this, right? Why not?
Riot Games are a very small company, unfortunately.
Yes.
They're trying their best to fix everything, but...
So, I will suggest going on a short pause while we figure this out. Hopefully nothing longer than 5 minutes. Maybe we can work around it by joining the lobby itself. In the meanwhile, if anyone from our viewers actually knows a solution to this, maybe we can resolve it quickly together. I just restarted my client. Let's have a look. Bye. Search up the lobby. Okay. So let's do that. I'll make a custom.
Okay.
I'll give it to the captains. And
I cannot find it, unfortunately.
one second. I haven't done it yet. Alright.
Oh, okay.
I did it now. Let's see. Hopefully this resolves it. There was an update actually, I think. Because I can invite people. Nice. Okay.
I am able to join. Yep.
Yes. Okay. It should be fine, guys. Thank everything. I'm happy. Or not.
Not entirely sure. Seems like there may be 2 lobbies being done at the moment.
Check out the second one. Don't worry. Let's see. Join custom. Alright. Can you find it like that? Actually, I managed to join.
I'll look for it. Yep.
Good. And Gator. He's coming down.
Alright.
Alright. Last person to join the lobby. And we should be cooking. Alright. Let's go back to this draft. Oh man, what? Why? Alright, he's here. Thank you. Alright. Good.
Oh, okay.
So we're playing. We're gaming.
I think we should maybe start the game before the game decides to implode again.
Yes. I think
Okay. Finally, in the draft, players are picking their champions. Things seem to be going very, very well.
Well, to be fair, I can leave the draft up. Alright, so back to the draft. Maybe we have some more comments about it, but I think Xin Zhao over Kane should be stronger here in the early game. So Cardona Cast needs to push those limits, potentially look for a type of invade. He could be stronger in the early game. Kane though, if left alone, he will outlevel Xin Zhao because he can farm a bit quicker. Middle, Vex into Hui. Not really sure how that works out, but I think Hui can survive that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not that great with mid. But
I'm not really a mid lane player, if I'm being honest, but I would assume that early game it's a little bit Hui favored. He does have the range advantage, might be able to bully out the Vex. But I think once it's level 6, once you can hit that Shadow Surge on the side of Vex, I'd be very, very afraid if I was Hui.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hui sometimes not the greatest into assassins. But it depends, maybe Miscreant's mid laner. I'm not too sure about the name. I think it's Giraffe Reject, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe Giraffe Reject drops her shield instantaneously, and it's just enough to survive the full combo. Then he can fear Vex, walk away, and just go, hey jungler, Vex ult is down, please gank her. So
fair enough. But at that point, if we're taking away the attention of the jungler from punishing the Kane, we are just going to let Varsal free scale. It is going to be very, very scary when you have a Kane running at you at full speed.
Indeed. In the meanwhile, though, in bot lane, can you imagine Nautilus trying to hook someone and then Anivia drops a wall, for example?
I mean, if I'm being honest, call me a believer, but I definitely see this going for the side of Agony here. I mean, what's not to love? It's Poppy and Ivia. An off-meta pick that potentially is extremely dangerous in the bot lane, especially if they get a lead. They can just start to one-shotting anyone with their combo. Very excited. Sivir really needs to time his spell shield very, very well. Tries to stop the Poppy charge. Otherwise, if I'm being honest, level 3, level 4, you're not really surviving that with Ignite. Barrier is going to be completely useless with that amount of damage.
Yes, definitely have the late game too in that case, but so yeah, a few minutes though till we start. It's only a couple left, and in the meanwhile, I want to bring up the pick'em stats once more, just to show that the Agony are only at 77% win rate in this match, according to viewers' choices, of course. So yeah, maybe not that much of an underdog if they have that much opportunity to win. In the meanwhile, we do see Agony on blue side though, so they will have to capitalize on that opportunity. So they might actually invade Miscreant's blue buff area, or maybe look for a potential dive bot lane early as well, we can imagine. So a lot of things to look out for.
Waiting one more minute here until we can actually get into the game. I'd love to know your thoughts on the top lane. I haven't really discussed too much about that. Mundo versus Gnar. How do you feel that goes?
Mundo versus Gnar. I think it should be a bit Mundo favored. Mundo does tend to go well into ranged champions because he has innate healing in his kit. He can also go Doran's Shield. He has range of his own, the cleavers, and if he lands one, he can get in close, deal all the damage he needs to deal. So it should be okay. And Gnar, if he ever engages, Mundo passive does break, and it allows him to get away. So I think it should be a bit Mundo favored, and I'd like to see Bean actually doing something with this pick. He is looking forward to this matchup a lot. So yeah, let's see it. The game is soon starting as well in the meanwhile, so I'm really looking forward to this game. Let's see what they have to show.
Absolutely. I mean, Mundo does in fact go where he pleases, and with 1.5k, he can make that dream a reality. Ninja Tabis and Doran's Shield, and I fear the auto attacks from the Gnar are just going to be tickling.
Aye, miscreants. What can we do here? Let's see it.
Fazola does forego the flash, going for the ghost teleport here. Interesting to see that.
It is ghost teleport, yes. So I mean, he can't really be ganked. What's Kane gonna CC him with? And so, and even Gnar can't really do much into actually keep holding him down.
Interesting here to see fleet footwork on the side of Sivir. Personally speaking, I don't think it's the rune I would have gone for, but we'll see
Right.
how he manages to use that in the lane.
Let's give a warm welcome to MCS and Agony actually making it to the Rift. The custom game worked, so we're really happy about that. Let's see how they play this early game. I'm looking forward to a nice spicy game. Bye. So we see a full stack here. This to me indicates they're looking to invade here on the enemy blue buff. They're just protecting one side of the map, making sure this side is covered well, and they know that they aren't getting invaded and warded on. I will swap over a bit the icons in the meanwhile, but I am thinking that we might see a potential Kane into Raptors, into just going into enemy blue buff, Gromp, and then just fully engaging on bot side. It's mostly what I am expecting here.
I mean, it does seem like a very good plan, to be honest. Okay. We do see that Gruntless mayhaps have forgotten to press B at the start of the game.
Oh no. No items on Grantless. Into a matchup that we expected to be a bit more Mundo favored. Let's hope he can make it happen.
You never know. Kane also foregoing the potions. Not sure if that's a mistake or an intentional decision. I'm not sure how Kane's clear is. Not sure if it's healthy enough to sustain without potions.
Oh yeah, most junglers can do that, no problem. Potion is cosmetic. The camps themselves are actually potions in disguise that laners don't actually know about.
Let's see.
But as a jungler, I can confess they are indeed potions in disguise. Alright, so this bot lane, all eyes on it, honestly. I just want to see Living and Iconic here pulling this off. And if you're all into the Poppy charge, has to be the way.
I mean, they do look to be posturing aggressively here.
Yeah, nice and easy.
We
clear.
do see a little.
No, sorry. No, I was gonna say there wasn't all that aggression that I was maybe hoping for or thinking that again are gonna go with. But yeah, a nice and easy clear.
Gruntless does finally realize the error of his ways, takes a recall and teleports back to top lane with a call. Interesting.
It's all part of the plan. Yes.
The junglers seem to have just pathed different directions. They will be taking one scuttle crab each. Unless Cardona looks at bot lane, decides it might not be worth it, goes back to his scuttle.
Yeah, I like the posturing here from Cardona Cass. He is sort of trying to prioritize getting something for his team. We do see here Iconic roaming up to bother him a bit on scuttle, but he does manage to take it. In the meanwhile, we do see Fazol actually getting poked out here off his lane. So hopefully he can recover that, especially around level 6. Mundo will be very strong.
I mean, he does have the potion advantage as well. He does have Doran's shield. I'm assuming. Oh, Gameable getting phone called. Ganked IRL. Will be in a pause.
All right. So it's okay. It's he's getting called by continuing. Okay. So the game is continuing. Okay. I just want to point out. Look at the CS difference in the mid lane. It's not looking great here for Dogo Taco. That's the name, Dogo Taco. Okay, we're gonna go with that. So
Dogo Taco.
Indeed. Also, in terms of
mechanics.
Go.
Yes. I mean, mechanics here hasn't even used the potion, and he's already have such a good CS lead. Meanwhile, we do see Dogo Taco one potion down, around the same health. Potentially a little bit down in XP because he will have to teleport back due to his lack of mana. Manix is just going to be able to just push his wave into him, and it's going to be forcing him to either base or continue to miss these last hits, as last hitting on the tower with a mage is going to be quite annoying.
Yep, and in the beginning here, the CS lead is there, but hopefully Dogo Taco gets it. Oh, Living Dream flashes in on Wi-Fi Mike. The wall did go down, and First Blood now going over to Living with Varsal joining soon after here. Gameable is the next target of choice. And he does manage to snare Varsal just in time to dodge that last auto, saving him. So far a 1-for-0 trade here, but they do lose both Flash and Ignite for Agony's bot side.
Miscreants here still do have their summoners up on the bot side. We still have the exhaust, we still have the barrier. Potentially could bait them into a bad fight and put all the damage on Iconic. And potentially might be able to trade a kill with that bait. Not exactly sure. Wondering what their strategy will be with that.
Well, maybe they're saving them for when their jungler decides to join the fight, because in that sense, to the very least,
Varsal here potentially in a little bit of danger.
Oh, I like this.
Sensing the play here.
They know grubs are coming, and they immediately find their support here. Fazola taken down so quickly though. Cardona Cast here soon to follow, and what seemed to be like a great setup for the side of MCS. Not really sure. What really happened there? Such a great damage gap. Not really sure
we do
what
see
happened, to be honest.
we do see Fazola pinging his ultimate on cooldown. Maybe he didn't get the healing that he was expecting out of it.
Yeah, the
It does
W could
go
have been
down to the
popped.
damage of Iconic and Varsal. And it does seem like blue side will be taking the grubs.
Yeah, Mundo did not press W there. Indeed, it would have healed him for quite a lot of health. Sadly, though, it was not utilized, and the Void Grabs do go over to Agony here.
Grantless getting such a good trade there. Might be even diving Fazola here. Varsal and Iconic flashing in and finishing off the kill.
What a hero! And Varsal just there, like, oh, I'm gonna set up for this, and Iconic was like, come on, man, I gotta go to the bot lane. Just flashes there. And meanwhile, MCS do start this dragon while Living is alone here last sitting.
And this is the other upside of having a Poppy and Nivea bot lane here. Your Poppy, goodbye. I'm going to go on my own adventure. I'm going to roam the entire map. And Nivea can just use the Glacial Storm, use the wall, able to keep the minions just out of tower range, and he'll still be able to farm very, very safely. Without having a support in a 2v1 lane, you'll still be able to get very good CS per minute, and you'll be a lot more active on the map with this duo.
Indeed, I'm curious though about the CS gap. It's about the same, to be fair, from the beginning. It's only 14 in the mid lane. We do see a little bit more here on the top side though for Grantless as well. Cardona Cast now gonna fall even more behind with his camps being taken away by Farsad. And the bot lane, about a 20 CS lead on Living Dream. Slowly but surely enjoying getting all that mana and stats in the meanwhile. We see Boots of Swiftness being picked up by both bot laners here. Must be something that helps them set up their combo a bit easier. Iconic's still in the top side though. Not really much else to do in the map. Living just waiting by the tower to receive that wave.
Oh,
Varsal.
no. Fazola here.
Alright.
Varsal uses the ultimate to get out of tower range. Iconic tanking, doing his best, underestimating the tower damage a little bit. Goes down. 2 shutdowns on the side of Bean here.
What a beast, Fazola! Taking that tower dive, pressing his R this time. And Mundo goes where he pleases, and in this case, he pleases to stay at the turret. He did not want to go to the base. You cannot force him off. But now, falling dangerously low. Mechanics now jumping onto Dogo Taco, an exchange here by both mid laners. The ult goes down, but Dogo Taco does flash here in the bot lane.
Very, very good play here by Mechanics. Realizing that Dogo Taco is out of mana. What's Huawei with auto attacks going to do? Absolutely nothing. It just runs him down.
Indeed. We see some pings going down in the bot side here, but nothing much coming out of it. I'd imagine that the next time we see some fighting happening would be around the second grubs. Curious to see if MCS play around this Mundo though. He is strong, and he did recall.
Iconic getting a few deep wards, potentially ganking mid as Dogo Taco does go down. Cardona flashes into Mechanics, and he will get the kill.
Yeah, the flash does help him get the range on his E there. Iconic is everywhere seems like, and Living Dream is still chilling in the bot side, 18 CS up on his opponent. Not really suffering. He is a Nivea at the end of the day, but he's not getting frozen on or anything. So he's definitely allowing Iconic to roam in this case. I don't know. What do you think here? Maybe we'll see something happening soon. Grabs are spawning, but Iconic is in bot side.
Living Dream does have the Unleashed teleport, still on cooldown at the moment.
Alright, Cardona Cuss.
See a fight happening.
Dogo Taco joins it. Farsal using his E to dodge. He does get Hui ulted and forced to ult himself to dodge the damage. Coming out just barely there. And Varsal does go down to Dogo Taco. Buff transfer complete here. Mechanics now low. Gameable is here to help out. But meanwhile, Iconic is also here to return. Let's keep in mind, grubs are up. And the winner of this fight does take those Gameable, forced to flash. The Vex ult coming out. Mechanics. Alright, so nice cleanup here by Mechanics. Dogotako tried using her shield on Gameable, but it was not enough. The trade though does stop these grabs from being taken, but Fazola now getting ganked from behind by Iconic. Now ignited.
Early ignite.
Fazola, no.
It does seem like Fazola will go down.
You-
Iconic here, absolutely all over the map. I mean, he's been such a devastating force for the side of Agony here. Whenever there's a play in top lane, we'll call his name. Whenever there's a play in bot lane, we'll be saying his name. He's been ever so present on this map.
Yeah, that's a Poppy support for you, just pretty much abandoning his lane. I'm really curious as to how Living is allowed to CS more than 20 CS up now on his opponent, while Iconic is getting away with all of this in the map, but Fazola getting taken down. Gonna be tough for this top side. Cardonakas here to respond as well.
That is the power of the NAV on the bot lane. All she has to do is just put Glacial Storm down on the wave, and it will just clear itself pretty much. The best thing that you can do maybe is try to freeze, but once again, you'll have to play very, very aggressively with Nautilus and Severe once you're trying to punish him breaking the freeze, because one cast is all it takes, and his ultimate is just going to destroy a wave. Fight happening here in the mid lane. And it does seem that Gameable will go down, ganked once again by 3 members of Agony.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit too far forward here, clearing the ward, but in the end did get collapsed on. We can just consider that Iconic will just pretty much pop out of sight anytime, any place. He's like the boogeyman of this game, but in the meanwhile he is getting engaged on, but Blast Plant is there to help him escape. Dragon now being pulled by Agony.
Relentless leaping forward.
Yeah, we hear same here in the chat. Just opened my fridge and got ganked by Poppy GG. Sounds about right. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Just as about to close my eyes, I'm gonna imagine Poppy with a big hammer over my head. Gruntless on Fazola does engage. Fazola forced to ult, and it does seem to be the end of that exchange.
Gruntless forced to use the leap a little bit early. Flashes out. Fazola does hit the ghost, and it does seem like Gruntless will be going down here, unfortunately. Shutdown once again. This Mundo has taken 3 shutdowns. And while it might not look that bad, he is actually not that far behind in gold. If anything, he is 100 gold ahead of Gruntless.
Fazola really looking strong here on his Mundo. We'll definitely get there in time, but in the meanwhile, Living drops the wall here on Gameable. Varsal is there to respond, and it does seem like the end of Gameable once more. He's definitely being the target here by his opponents. Maybe they find a gap in the MCS armor. That is their support.
I mean, if you're miscreants here, I feel like you need to try take a lot more vision. This Poppy has been a complete nightmare. Varsal using the blast gun to get out there. Thankfully, it has indeed spawned.
I was slowly starting to see MCS bleed out here slowly, as the objectives are taken and secured. No real tower diffs though in this game. We've yet to see a big push. Yeah.
That being said, while they are at a bit of a disadvantage, it's not all completely terrible. There's only a 4k, 5k gold lead difference between these two teams at the moment. No real towers have fallen yet, although bot lane tier 1 will pretty much... Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, bot lane tier 1 is already down. A 5k gold lead, 1:1 on dragons. It's not all that bad if you're on the side of miscreants here.
Yeah, in terms of gold lead, it is a bit of a stretch though with 5k in their favor, in Agony's favor here. We've yet to see a first team fight though. Mundo does finish his Warmogs a bit late, but it does let him stay in a lane for the rest of the game, to the very least. And yeah, might be seeing a fight around Dragon soon, as Varsal and the Iconic are taking Herald, right? Or
Yep, Varsal just picking up Herald alongside with his favorite Poppy. Shadow Surge hitting on Dogotako, and Mechanics does get the kill under his tier 2.
We're finally starting to see some pressure here on Living. As the entirety of Miscreants here pushing on that bot tier 1.
The bot tier 1 will fall once again. 500 gold for the team. Unfortunately, the gold lead will only get a little bit worse because the Herald does go down in mid lane. Tier 1 falls, and most likely tier 2 will very quickly.
Yeah, so much damage here from Varsal and Mechanics on this tower. They will indeed take it. That's a lot of gold going into their pocket. And meanwhile, it does seem like we're going to be targeting Cardona Cast's jungle next. Continuing the snowball, continuing getting this gold. It's looking tough for MCS.
Of note, Herald doesn't get the charge on the tier 3 mid lane. But Agony here controlling the vision very, very well. I mean, you try and open up the map on the side of Miscreants, it is completely dark. You have no idea where this Poppy is coming to gank you from. Objective bounty claimed on the top lane there.
We do see Gruntless is also here, and so is Iconic. The boogeyman of this
Cardona,
game.
Cardona trying to support Fazola, but might be getting caught out himself instead.
Oh, it's a fight to the end there, and Cardona does go down as Gruntless comes in to secure the kill. Fazola forced to half health around this tower, but his ult is still up. Dogotako finds
Shadow Surge from
Varsal.
Mechanics. Shadow Surge from Mechanics, forcing Fazola to retreat into his tower, but it seems like 4 members of Agony. He's trying his best to play this on their tower, but unfortunately Gruntless just slams him into his tower, and down Fazola goes.
Yeah, Fazola there not having a good time. 4 people, 1 Mundo. Yep, that could be a website.
Maybe not on Twitch, but
Nah.
we'll think about it.
How many more minutes do you think
Dragon.
this game has?
I feel like we have a good 15 minutes, to be honest.
15. We have like
10 to 15, to be honest. I have some faith in Miscreants here. They might be able to stall out the game a little bit. They do have a Sivir, they do have a Way.
Well, Baron is
May be
coming
able
up
to
in a
get
minute
some
as well.
important gold.
So potentially like we're one team fight away after Baron maybe. Oh, Cardona. Do we find Living? Do we at least get a Nivea egg this game? Not yet, not yet. Maybe next time. Do you think Anivia and Poppy will become staples of the LCM?
You know what? I want to see it. 100%. It would be actually amazing. Although, hold on for that. Iconic goes in. Wi-Fi forced to flash.
Oh no.
So much
Wi-Fi
damage
Mike.
there on the side of the Sivir.
Pretty much staring a loaded double barrel shotgun in the face and takes the full brunt of it. Still staying alive though. What a man. And Cardona here trying to support his team just in case they get dove. He is getting everything stolen by Varsal in the meanwhile.
Varsal here might be looking to dive potentially. Does get spotted out on the ward. We'll just clear it. Once again, Agony are doing such a good job of stifling Miscreants out of their own jungle here. I mean, once again, if we can just press V a little bit, the map on the side of Miscreants is terrifying. Does use the blast cone, does spot out 3 members of Agony.
Oh, Varsal taking a lot of damage. Cardona cast is there alongside Wi-Fi Mike and Doggo Taco.
Varsal here, potentially biting off a bit too much.
Oh no, Iconic sends Varsal on a journey. And the re-engage here from Mechanics. Ulting now going down on Iconic from Nautilus.
Although Varsal does just beat the Shinzao in a 1v1. Very good shutdown here on the side of Doggo Taco, but unfortunately it seems like the team fight will be going the way of Agony. As the gold lead is a little bit too much. Ultimate from Fazola potentially coming out a little bit late. Unfortunately he will go down. And this will most likely be Baron for Agony here.
Yeah, not bad of a team fight from MCS. They did manage to take down Iconic and the huge shutdown he had on him. So far though, Living having his perfect game on Anivia. Not even egg form used yet. We do have
We will
him.
not be seeing any omelets today, unfortunately.
Maybe. Who knows? But Living, he's one of these players that enjoys the long range mage archetype. He does play it well in terms of his positioning as well. So it's having him with a long range stun and a wall is enough protection he will need in this game. Especially considering not many people can jump on him and get the job done. Xin Zhao would probably get stunned and zoned from his team, which is not a great time. Iconic. Togo Taco. Have a handshake. Oi, oi, oi.
Interestingly here, Miscreants clearing a lot of vision around the Baron pit here. Potentially they may be looking to ambush.
Oh, Wi-Fi Mike with the sidestep. He did break Iconic's
Very
ankles,
good.
but in the end, yeah, didn't really result it too much. But
Very, very good play there on the side of Iconic. I mean, he flashes in, tries to get the stun into the wall, rightfully realizes he's going to want to spell shield me, waits out, baits the ability, and then slams him into the wall.
oh, that's something I didn't even see. So that's why there was the delay. I thought Severe just dodged him, but he was actually
No, he
intending
was
to delay
waiting.
it. Yeah, that's clever.
It was an intentional delay. Umbral Trespass does go in, takes like half of the Mundo's health. What is Varsal building? 8-2 on this Kane.
Yeah, that damage, the percent max health damage that Kane does bring to the table, really working out for them in this favor against the full health.
Shadow Surge
Mundo.
lands on gameable.
Mahanic's now receiving the full
Fortunately.
brunt of that gameable ult. Varsal is
Varsal
here to
flashing
respond.
forward does kill gameable, but he's trapped between 3 members of Miscreants. Unending Despair does connect Varsal on 1 HP and does get the shutdown on the way. Dogo Taco there getting a very nice injection of cash.
Yep, his ult was not available in that sense, but seems like Agony are pushing it a bit too far. Both Iconic and Varsal enjoying themselves a bit too much on that dive, leaving a Gruntless to say, hey guys, what are you doing? We had bot tier 2 all along. Dragon is up.
And you know what? I love it here from Miscreants. Fuck it. We might be losing the game, but we're gonna try our best. Let's rush the Baron. Hopefully we can sneak it.
And we do see the rest of Agony here popping a recall.
TP does come in from Living, I believe, into the mid lane. Yep, they are aware. Teleport also coming in from Mechanics. We will be seeing a fight over this Baron.
This is definitely not looking in MCS's favor. The damage on Baron still about half health.
Dogo Taco getting hit by the Shadow Surge will die. Unfortunately, it will give Mechanics the reset. Misses the Shadow Surge, unfortunately. But Cardona casts is caught between 2 mages here, and no way on. Agony will just absolutely take down 4 members of Miscreants. And the Baron that was looking really, really good turns to be really, really bad on the side of Miscreants here. I like the attempt, but unfortunately, 3 teleports coming out on the side of Agony, and they will be able to take the Baron.
Fazola yet under attack once more, but he is Mundo. Not really gonna be able to chunk him out, but he is at around half health here already. Gameable is spawning. As the top lane tier 3 turret is under attack already.
Mechanics positioning very aggressively there, knowing that Gameable's hook is on cooldown.
Indeed, the dragon though is being hovered here by Varsal. Most likely going to solo it while the rest of his team here gets pressure on mid lane. Konuk is also teleporting back. Sitting potential item here. Just getting wards. Never mind.
No. Cardona might be getting baited by his wolves once again going down. Varsal and Living, just a deadly combination at this point in the game. 10-3 and 4-0.
It's fair to say that although it might seem like they're for funning it, I just want to point out Varsal, he plays a lot of Kane. Iconic plays a lot of Poppy. Living, he's great on these long range sort of zone mages, especially Hui, so I'm pretty sure it's familiar. And Grantless is also someone that does enjoy playing Gnar. Did play it a lot in other competitive matches.
Speaking of Groundless, gets a very good ultimate there. Valsal does get CC'd on their tower, uses the Umbral Trespass to dodge the shot. Mechanics will go down to the tower, unfortunately, here, and Varsal is caught, and 4 members of Miscreants will go down. But unfortunately, tier 3 mid lane will fall. Gameable, unfortunately. Flashing out, forced to flash out. Iconic almost getting the kill there.
Cardona cast being pelleted away by Grantless here with the ult. Does go down though. Wi-Fi might get stunned, and it is his
Logo
barrier.
Taco trying their best to protect the AD carry, but unfortunately they do fall.
This
Flash
does look
coming out
like
from
being
Iconic. Doesn't really follow up, although Living manages to get the QE combo in there. And it does look like it's going to be game. Nar once again showing off with the ultimate. And it's a double kill for Living. Fazola potentially donating the third. Still remains to be seen.
the Anavia wall there blocking Fazola from actually reaching Living and Grantless. Living on his perfect game. I hope he's not too upset at his team for giving up kills, but oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh no, the wall just in
Cardona
time.
spared the mercy by the death of the Nexus. And it will go to Agony after 27 minutes. GG's all around, boys.
Indeed, indeed, GG's indeed. It was a great game to watch. In general, thank you as well for Shadow for casting it with me and helping me out.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a very fun game to cast.
Yes, and in the meanwhile, we will have another game soon. But before that, let's see if we can get some analysis from Gator Gold. Let's see if I can bring this up for you guys. He'll be our analyst for the day, first timing, and yeah, looking forward to it. So goodbye, Shadow, and see you later. And see you later, Shadow.
Goodbye.
Bye. Alright.
Now, moving on to
Hello,
the
Gator
games
Gold. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Just joining
Sorry, I
us.
thought I moved in earlier.
My apologies.
There was a lot of movement.
Stream. This is Gator Gold. He will be our analyst for the day. Leaving it up to you. Take it away.
Yes, first of all, hello Janssen. I'd like to say good job from both teams, although there were a number of plays that I could criticize. But moving on to the game, the first most notable play, aside from the fact that Nar walked into lane without items initially, as you've mentioned, was this play that we can see over here. So what happened earlier was due to Poppy's play bot lane that led to a gank into a kill, they are now with a lead, which means that this play that they are trying to pull off here is a bit risky. I see why they tried to put it off, and it would have been a good play if perhaps Fazola was able to go for a reset or ulted earlier, but they underestimated Poppy and Kane's damage, and as a result, they died from it. The volume is slightly glitched because I think I just managed to stop the game from or the stream from canceling in the victory, but we can still see what's going on. On the side of Agony, they then pulled off a good play by using this gank and fight to pull off another kill top lane, leading to a further lead that obviously we know they are good at keeping and snowballing off of. With a quick flash in from Aconic leading to a guaranteed kill, played well between all of them. Now, although this is one of the primary leads that got them to get ahead, they did end up equalizing it, unfortunately, by trying to gank Fazola at 8 minutes. This gank was a bit too confident from their side, I'd say, because due to the earlier gank they did here, as well as the follow-up gank, they expected Fazola to be quite weak. However, given his opportunity to reset and be at a higher health before he ulted this time, they both died. Now, I would recommend that they probably wait for Nar to push in before they went for that play, but it was a good attempt on their side, and they didn't let it keep them back. Furthermore, critically, I'd have to say that one of the contributing factors to Agony's win has to be the fact that they managed to play the resource game quite well, with mid and bot staying ahead. The reasoning for this, I believe, is twofold. Primarily, as you can see, Hui was building towards a Haunting Guys, I forget the item name, first, but that item doesn't give him any sustain in lane, and we saw that Vex managed to abuse that by virtue of forcing him out of lane when he was at low mana and going for a fight earlier. That, as well as the fact that he wasn't able to contribute to a few fights as a result of his low mana, led to her being able to keep the minion lead up and scale because of that. In fact, she had a very good fight at around 8:15, where she managed to utilize this. Oh no, not 8:15, sorry, 10:20. We can see it here. This is the fight where Mechanics managed to pop off quite a bit due to his increased lead, especially. He had about 24 minions here, which means that he had his first item whilst Dog Taco did not. He probably did go a bit deep in this circumstance by then ulting into Hui under tower, but it worked out and turned into a very good play. Similarly, in terms of resources, I have to critique bot lane slightly. I understand that the NVO is playing it quite safe, but for the majority of the game, bot lane, if we can see it quickly on 4 times speed, you can see that, obviously excluding the moments where Nautilus roams, they do not manage to keep the wave frozen, and they in fact push it in to let Anivia catch the wave. Now, for the most part, they should aim to keep it in this area of the map, so that they're able to zone her off, given that she's quite an immobile champion. Especially with Iconic making a lot of plays across the map, that would have been the ideal to at least keep Anivia from scaling. However, they didn't manage to pull that off, and due to that, the blue side won a lot of following team fights by virtue of their lead and their good team play. We know of this one where Varsal was teleported into the enemy, basically, by virtue of Poppy. He went on quite a trip, but the red team was not able to make use of that, unfortunately. I'd probably argue that the biggest team fight that led to the win for Agony was probably the fact that they had 3 TPs that they used simultaneously to respond to the Baron, with Miscreants not having enough damage to force it. In this circumstance, it's likely best for them to immediately back off as soon as they see the teleports, or Gameable tries to cut them off, leading to them at least only losing one individual. However, as a result of them trying to force it, especially with champions like Vex and Kayn who have very high mobility and are able to chase them down, they ended up losing this fight and dying, losing a lot of resources, and eventually leading to the team fight in their base, which won the game for Agony. That's about all I have to say, unless you'd like to go in further detail about any particular play.
All right. No, I think you did an excellent job. Thank you, Gator, for your in-depth analysis. I hope for our viewers that aren't as familiar with the game, or maybe didn't really catch on to what was going on that quickly, hope you appreciated the segment. Gator, thank you for your help, and we'll see you potentially in another stream.
Thank you. Have a good stream.
Thank you. Alright guys, so as you saw there, we got some analysis from Mr. Gator. We will need to see who will be our interview this time. Alright, so we will be having Iconic, especially following that game. He did perform really well in general, so we have a few words to say to him, right? Let's see.
Hello.
Hello Iconic, you are now on, because they didn't hear you, maybe.
Hello.
A lot of jokes in the stream you don't know about, but yeah, everyone is joking like, hey, I went to my fridge to get a snack and Poppy came for me, or you seem to be everywhere that game, huh?
Eżatt, bil-forsa ekkuret namel, zin labna nifja Poppy imma niprefer ġast noqot nirrumja fuq Poppy. Notanx nħobb noqot bod bija. Ġast nħobb nitlaqlem u ġast nġib il-ġatti għarfet fuq il-team.
U għalli jista' jkun dik għamilta għax kellek għanifja, jew kieku qed Poppy dejjem ħat għamelek irrelevanti minn għandek.
Le, eżin mhux istaċċa nifja ta' ġast Kanna Kane, jittu jib l-stacks malaj, ħagġib il-form malaj. U fem, kelli like ħafna range nisna genka ħwejja mobile, nisna genka faċli. U mundo malaj naħlilu l-passive mbagħad jew jidħol Gary, il-nar, ġis jistanjaħ, jew jmutu.
U meta rajtuhom jistennew ħdej il-blue buff tagħkom qabel grabs. X'kienet it-thought process tagħkom? Like meta rajtuhom ħadtu qata like jew għattu l-għallu daw x'qed jagħmlu x'kienet?
Ħankun onest ma kontx qed nistennihom hemmhekk jiena kont għal-tab tinbidel diska.
Il-lallu.
Spotify. Mbagħad insomma.
Tajdilni xek ta' għalli jerbaħtuha fuq li sabukom.
Qed ngħidlek x'ġara jien nifhem. Jiena mbagħad smajt l-in-game sound insomma smajt xi ħaġa u dħaltu rajthom fil-bush.
Incredibli kif sparixxa mundu dak il-ħin ma stennejtux ħajqa daqshekk malajr misli.
Kien nofs HP naħseb kieku Altja qabel ma daħal fil-bush qed tkun aħjar għalih eżempju.
Għal darba oħra mela fażola, kemm talti darba oħra. Tista' tispjega naqra għal min ma jafx għalfej intażlet din il-komp?
Mela bażikament il-ħadd kellna logħba kontra Waffle Warriors naħseb u l-Waffle Warriors għandhom coach, apparently għandhom coach insomma, u jidraftjalhom u draftja il-komp eżatt fil-labna l aħna. Beda jgħidilna li insomma l-komp tagħhom waħjad u ċertu website insomma like u bil-percentages li setgħu jilbħu kull lane rep apparently. Imma I mean percentages mhux kollox u at the end of the day tara kollox tara kill gap.
Mux hekk.
Match of Tuvitu kif mordu kol.
Aħna League of Legends nilabu mux Draft of Legends, żguru.
Eżatt, ifhem draft biċċek kbira tal-lov imma għal xi qed draft ja Champions League mort tajjeb flimkien jekk m'intix ħadd ilabhom flimkien.
Piloting importanti wkoll hu naħseb.
Eżatt. Eżempju, il-bot lane tal-aħħar tal-ħadd huwa fil-Warriors ifhem, vera draft jaw għan propju imma qatt ma jagħmlu l-combo flimkien, so għal xejn labhom flimkien as such.
Ekku, kena xieġiġ momenti u speċjalment lej l-axħar provajtu samlu għantum u koll. Pero, xissat niftakar moment kritiku fil-loba li involvi li l-ek. Kienet għajja, kun onest, kienet għatta posta dik il-popi għalt fuq Varsal.
Onestament, le ma kienieċ. Għala, naħseb ħadmet favorina xorġa.
Delivery of backline assassin. Delivered.
Eżatt, ħadmet favorina żgur, ifhem.
Wow. Istja interessanti le, loba entertaining u sabiħa. Il-Cardona Kass miskin kif ħallejtuh lej l-aħħar. Imma memx tawlu ħattulu kollox. Għalli miss. Nispera ħattu gost, so far.
Ħadd gost, minn ħadd ħadd gost jinejdu. Nispera li kulħadd ħadd gost.
Jina t-nistenna issa kull ħajbda la popi għanivja, solo Q. Bil-fors.
Forsi kien hemm ċatt ieħor dal-tournament jipprovaħħa. Ma nafx, ma tantx nara nies jilagħbu popi imma dat-tournament sfortunatament.
Le, temmen li għadha b'sajmin kif użajta inti.
Għadha b'saħħitha żgur, speċjalment kontra tal-engage support kollha li qed jilagħbu dat-timijiet. Mhux ifhem, ħafna mis-supports li għaw dat-tournament ma tantx jafu jilagħbu support. L-opinjoni tiegħi. Eżid mhux biex inkun toxic jew imma.
Le, biex tallimhom mis-seks suppost. Xi darba nitfgħu kon stream tilafna u qatajdilna x'qed taħseb. U qatajdilna isma' di ma ħadmitx x'tgħidi carry handless, m'hemmx torqet tiegħi, sorry. Tajjeb.
Ifhem ħafna mill-ħin il-jungler jeħel. Skużani Jansen, ħafna minna mill-jungler jeħel.
Ma ġara xejn, hija aspett ta' jungling li aħna nifhmu. Aħna il-sacrificial lamb ta' team, pero inkun onest ma' kulħadd ta' hekk. Waħda mir-raġunijiet li dejjem nilab jungle hija il-ftit drabi li labt lane, kull jungler li kelli miegħi kienet like questionable jekk qed jilabx League of Legends jew qed jilabx ma nafx Minesweeper jew xi ħaġa differenti jisraq il-kills, jieħu l-cannons, ma jiffarmjawx tajjeb offer kienet tal-biża għal ħaġa. Plus ir-rol ta' ġobni wkoll.
Xejn ma ġobni jungle imbagħad.
Jien nħoggos li għatawek, għax tifo, like l-ewwel darba li għatu on stream inti, sissa naħseb kulħadd apparti Grant Les kellu moment MVP?
Jina kelli interview.
Fil-bidu mela?
Kont għalissa
Forsi.
kelli
Alright, alright.
mal-Cardone actually kelli interview.
Alright, alright.
Hija Gary kellu kol. Naħseb kulħadd ġi interview s'issa.
Kuħat kien MVP fuq it-team. Shine bright like a diamond. Għal, oj. Le, nice. Mela, hopefully naraw, I mean, in ġenerali dejjem kif qed tidru sissa kien hemm inti tuħu Lady Carries u kien hemm il-living qed jieħu Lady Carries. Forsi xi darba narawkom teqilbu naqra dik li rwol ukoll, tħawdu l-kulħadd skur.
Jiddependi champions, fimni ngħidlek. Ma most likely mhux ħanraw living fuq AD Carry jew jiena fuq AP.
Ila pażiru m'hemmx tagħmel. Ila pażir AP Carry, ġiġi.
Ma nafx tittala se tiegħi.
Le, alright.
Forsi. Le mhux ħasir kieku. Kieku hemm xi ħaġa oħra ma mhux ħasir.
Le, ma nafux x'inhi, Twisted Fate. Mela. Nirringrazzjak tal-li ġejt hawnhekk.
Thank you lilek.
U mela, ħalli issa naraw meta jmiskom intom issa. Għandek għamment?
Da naħseb għadem għalija. Ma għax konta min imma naħseb
Ija,
għalija.
għandkom l-aħħar spot kontra Gamers with Attitude. Ma nafxek forsi tittaddi xi kummenti. Deru tajjeb, Lower clean game ta' tournament kien,
Il-ħadd u labu.
Iva.
Sannejt ħatkun iktar close kontra BLW labu għalija.
Ija, kontra l-Blood Wolves, jħassra fil għandhom zon minn dak it-team. Ma ħaqqomx.
Naħseb kersejtom għaw BLW, jen xina kont meta kien interview għani Cardona kien għalli kif jistaw improve għawek u għet li kif għaw sejnek għandhom ċans għal top 5 żgur. Imma naħseb issa ma nafx. Jew għet jibżaw jilabu ma kiku baqaw jilabu kienu qabel kienu żgur like imorru tajja fit-tournament. Għadawx għal-kom. Kont WFM ma tantx għandi ħafna xinajt. Għandhom ħafna old school players, kont naf magħhom qabel, għandhom Chucky, għandhom Rebinold, għandhom ħafna tipo players antiki kont naf qabel magħhom, ġifieri ħatkun fans good il-logħba ngħidlek.
Looking forward to it, anka biex naraw iktar GWA xoffru, speċjalment wara dik il-logħba. Mela, ħallik Mr. Iconic mela.
Ciao, thank you lilek.
Thank you lilek, grazzi ħafna.
Thank you.
Alright, people joining us in stream, that's all from me. Our next game today is at 10 o'clock, so quite soon, but it will not be run on the stream. It will be going on Cardona Cast, so join us there. I will be posting an announcement. Stream should be live in approximately 15 minutes. And yeah, thank you for joining us and see you next time. Oi.